Now the first task in preparing gesso is to make a fairly light mixture, a dilute mixture of rabbit skin glue. Rabbit skin glue comes from a rabbit, but also from your friendly art shop. It's a dried granular stuff, and I'm going to mix it with 1 part of rabbit skin glue to 13 to 15 parts of cold water. So it's cold water time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm using a tablespoon, so that'll be a double batch, because while we don't need a lot of glue to put to start this process, we're going to use the glue to stick some cheesecloth onto each panel, and then we're going to use the rest of the glue to make gesso. So 2 tablespoons, and that's all I do for now, and I'm going to leave that overnight so that the granules swell, and then we'll see what happens next. Well, our rabbit skin glue has been soaking for a while, at least for 3 hours, and I've heated it up, and I've made sure by using this thermometer that it didn't heat to more than 50 degrees, because then you start to cook it and you don't want that to happen. I heated it in a somewhat unconventional way, and that was to use the microwave. But gee, you've got to be careful not to overheat with a microwave. So I do it in small increments. I did 20 seconds, and then I did a further 30, so it was less than a minute to get it all nicely dissolved. So now for the next bit, we will coat each of the panels with rabbit skin glue. Now rabbit skin glue can be very strong. It's a very, very strong glue, but this is so dilute that it is not strong at all. Now I've got a clean brush. It's a good 2.5 inch brush, and I'm just going to slop this all over the panels. Now, I have here some pieces of cheesecloth which I have cut to size already, and I'm going to take them now one at a time. I'm going to dip them into the glue, rinse it out, and it's gone into a little ball, and I can't spread it out. smooth it across the board. Don't want any wrinkles, and I don't want any bubbles. That wasn't a wrinkle, that was a piece of bit of wood. Now, I haven't used cheesecloth for this before, but I'm using it now as a trial because, as you know by now, I experiment with different things. I've even experimented without using any kind of cloth at all. Usually use linen, certainly on a flat board, but getting into these corners with anything else, this is much easier. This is going well. I can get that to work into that corner without having to cut bits off the in the edge, you know, to get it to work properly. And number 2. And one more interesting thing about rabbit skin glue is that it's used by luthiers, that is, people who make guitars and stringed instruments like violins and cellos. And they use it a much stronger mixture than this. And one of the advantages of using rabbit skin glue for making instruments is that it can be melted, and that's an advantage if you want to repair a stringed instrument. So you can apply heat to the joins, the bits that the glue that attach the back and the belly to the sides, and you can particularly take the top off and get inside the instrument again for making repairs. Another useless bit of information that you didn't need to know, but I thought I'd pass on anyway. I think what I will do, just to make sure that this is all working beautifully, is to put another coat, particularly on the edges, to make sure the cloth goes well into the corners. My hand is really slippery from being very glued up. Not worried about having glued hands. I haven't put any protective gloves on or anything like that, because I can wash my hands in very hot water and the glue will come off very easily. This will take some time to dry, and particularly in a Melbourne winter. It's not freezing cold, it's about 8 degrees out here in the shed. But it's also fairly damp. It's been raining, and that will make drying a bit slower as well. But this isn't looking too bad. Good.